cannot serve like better.
Aryna Sabalenka, the current world number 2, impressed many fans not only with her great tennis, but once also with an unprecedented short circuit in which her serve was completely lost, which even the player herself could not believe. We will look at what happened and how the whole situation looked in the current video. World number 2. Aryna Sabalenka's preparations for Australian Open 2022 were really unusual because she was almost unable to serve at an Adelaide warm-up event. A week after her serve deserted her at the first of 2 Adelaide lead-in tournaments, Sabalenka suffered the same fate as she was stunned in 3 sets by world number 93, Rebecca Peterson, 5-7, 6-1, 7-5. Sabalenka dished up 21 double faults and was reduced to serving underarm in the second and third sets in a desperate effort to get the ball into play. She took so much pace off her first serves that at one stage they were barely clearing the net. The Belarusian player became distressed in the third set and after being asked by the umpire whether she was all right, replied, "No, everything is fine, it's a technical problem. I just can't serve any better," and then broke down in tears during her next service game. Her only consolation was that she was still hitting her ground strokes with power and placement, but it was no surprise when she bowed out at the first hurdle. Before we hear some comments from Aryna and her opponent, let's take a look at some of the poor serves mentioned.
На конь. Арина на подаче. Происходит сейчас.
The whole situation was also strange for her opponent, who said, "That was definitely the weirdest match I've ever played. It was tough staying focused. I know she was struggling a lot. I just had to stay in my own world. It was really difficult." But today we know that her serve has improved a lot. Sabalenka had discovered that the problem was in her mind, but not only in the way one would imagine for a player with the yips. Yes, her serve buckled under pressure. But after working with a biomechanics specialist, she said, she realized that it buckled under pressure because it was bad, not because her mentality was. So she reworked the motion, simplifying it, smoothing out its hitches, refining her toss, reducing all those moments where something could go wrong. I'm super happy that this thing with my serve happened. Before, I wouldn't be really open for that. I would be like, you know what? My serve is fine, I don't want to change anything. But actually, even when my serve was working, it wasn't really right. Things had become so dire that she was forced to accept that she needed a new approach. In that moment, I was open for whatever. I was just like, "Please someone help me to fix this serve," Sabalenka said. And it wasn't just her serve. Sabalenka started sweeping more spin into her hard, flat ground strokes, going for larger targets instead of always swinging for the back of the baseline. She sacrificed a tiny bit of speed to cut down on her errors. She fired her sports psychologist. She had to learn, she said, to fix her own problems on the court. And what do you think about Sabalenka's service and overall game? Thanks for watching. And we would be very happy if you liked the video and subscribed to our channel.